Good evening, welcome to my channel. My name is David Okun. I'm talking about the cost of living, but this time I'm going to talk about Jeff Bezos in terms of the cost of living. Like I said at the outset of this video, I say that I will be talking about different topics, and people might not realize that I'm talking about different topics anyway. But just to remind you, if you're watching this video, that I'm actually talking about different topics, perspectives, and it's important people actually understand that at the outset, the titles may look the cost of living, but if you actually watch the videos like you're watching now, you will discover that I'm actually addressing different contexts to the cost of living. I'm actually talking about different topics. Like now, I'm going to talk about Jeff Bezos because he's the richest man on earth. Leave a comment below if you think Mark Bezos is the richest man on earth, in and let me know your thoughts about Jeff Bezos. I probably call him Mark Bezos. That means I'm thinking of Mark Zuckerberg, who is responsible for Facebook. Jeff Bezos is responsible for Amazon. If you shop online, leave a comment below if you buy things from Amazon. And Jeff Bezos is responsible for Amazon. He created Amazon. It is his project. He is a multi-billionaire, and it's worth hundreds of billions of US dollar. And I would like to think if you're suffering from anything to do with wealth, if you want wealth or money, whatever you want in life, I think it's important to know something about somebody like Jeff Bezos, because he's so rich. And a lot of people want money. They want to be rich. If you watch the rest of my video, I said if you have a problem of any sort or you want to achieve something, be an expert in that field. People who solve problems are actually needed. If you don't solve any problem in life, you are not needed by anyone. So, for example, if this channel and this video is solving any problem, then probably everyone is going to like this channel. If I'm solving no problem at all, then this channel and these videos are going to be totally irrelevant. And there's no point even doing anything with this channel. Actually, I should stop doing anything at all because I'm not solving any problem. Now, if I'm solving any problem at all, it doesn't matter how trivial, how little the problem might look like. It's a problem. Problem has to be solved. Every problem has to be solved. If you don't solve a problem, the problem will not go away. In terms of the cost of living, look at debt, for example. If you don't deal with your debt is going to be there. And debt is going to create you a lot of problems. And leave a comment below if you are in debt. Then the best thing to do is go and get advice on debt. Advisors solve problems. Debt advisors solve debt problems. And if you go to charities, many charities actually solve debt problems for free. You don't pay. If you go somewhere else to private organizations, then they will charge you for solving any problem. Whatever problem you go to solve with a private company, It's not free. Jeff Bezos is a private entrepreneur. He charges for everything. Sometimes he gives other things for free. Sometimes he actually put his money away, millions, sometimes billions even, to finance charities. His interest, a charity of his interest. That's a good thing. Men and women, men like Bezos, and similar women like him who are actually rich and entrepreneurs, who know how to create wealth, are extremely important in the world. They create a lot of wealth, and we, as ordinary people or extraordinary people, should respect them. We should really admire them, and we do. And, you know, thank yourself for admiring and respecting men like Bezos, Jeff Bezos. Learn from them. Be an expert on. If you're a young person, between a teenager, maybe between 17, 18, 25, 30, spend at least an hour or two learning something about Jeff Bezos, because his story could influence your story. Jeff Bezos could make you rich if you know something about him. So I'm going to talk about him. I've got a material from the internet. So I've been looking through the material and linking his material, his experience, I'll share it with you on this series. And also talk about the cost of living, because he operates under capitalism, the capitalistic system, which means normally he doesn't really help other people. If you are in suffering the cost of living, is out of. I mean, you can't even talk to Jeff Bezos. You can't access him. You can actually read about him online. If you go on the social media, you don't actually talk directly to him on the social Twitter. If you go on Twitter, you cannot talk to Jeff Bezos. Even if you send a message to him, he's not going to see it, because he's a very important person. And the same in if you're in LinkedIn, you meet Jeff Bezos, you try to send a message, they're going to ask you if you know him personally, if you have his email. And if you know him, then you can talk to him on directly on LinkedIn. You don't talk to people like that. They're way far. They're really, really important. So, you may not even see him. You may not even talk to him. If you talk to him, count yourself lucky. That's the way capitalism operates. That's how the world is. Capitalism is actually a title. It's always the. It is. You see, capitalism reflect life. Somebody term the system capitalism, but the system wouldn't be there even if it wasn't actually named. Even if it wasn't termed capitalism, the system was always there. People have been trading from the beginning. They sell things even before money. There was always trade. If you have something I don't have, you give it to me, I give it what you don't have. So we build a business relationship. And also, humans have always been compassion. They have always supported each other. But you see, before storage and technology for agriculture and grain, and also for other things like farming, there were a lot of luck, actually. People live together, they work together, because they needed each other. Now we rely on systems, we rely on the state, we rely on agriculture, technology, science, expertise. There are a lot of wealth in the world. And even people who actually seem not to have access to wealth, they actually have access to wealth indirectly. If you're walking on the street in London, even if you're not rich, you can see wealth on the street. You can live in a house you haven't built, given to you maybe by the government. Even if you pay for the rent, you pay because somebody employed you. Somebody like Jeff Bezos give you a job. Give you a job, and like I said in the other video, if you want to succeed, work. The only way to succeed is by work. If you live in a country where you cannot work, move to another country if you can. Or talk to the authorities to allow you to work in that country. If you're a citizen of that country, if you can talk to your local politicians, beg them on your knees to request the government to create jobs for the population. If the government is not creating, if the law of the land allows you to create your own business, do it. If you're not employed, be self-employed because you need it more than anything else. The cost of living is actually is caused by income problem. Income problem is caused by a lack of employment and self-employment. And if there is employment and self-employment, then the economy is not supporting your work in the sense of restricting your income maximization facilities. Because if you work so hard on low income and you're small and medium business or as a self-employed, or you are actually working for somebody else, if you do that, if that happens to you, you don't have much money really, and the government taxes it, and that's the problem. That is a major problem. Taxation is a major problem. Taxing poor people who are on low income should not be taxed at all. If you earn £30,000 in the UK, you shouldn't be taxed. You shouldn't pay income tax at all. Anybody earning that progressively, you should pay from 10%, 20% if you're probably earning maybe 100,000. And the more you earn, like Jeff Bezos, if the government really wants to help, they should tax people like him more. Because incidentally, people like Jeff Bezos don't give money. They are not trained to give money for free. They don't understand the concept. Even when they give money, they give to organizations doing something. If you are actually running a charity he likes, then he give money to you. But don't take my word for it. You might not even get a penny from Mark Bezos, even if you start a project tomorrow. You may not get even a penny from people like him. Because the way they operate is quite different from the world you live in. The world they live in is so different. They think of security. They want to be anonymous. They don't want to be known. They are in hiding. Because somebody somewhere is always wanting, his wealth. There are thieves who want to kill him and rob his wealth. So he invests a lot in security. Someone like him invests a lot in security. And it's not easy to access people like him. But you can use social media, like this video, and learn about him. I have given you an idea. I will probably also give you information in some kind of guidance or maybe support. Maybe I did that, but definitely I've given you an idea that one of the best things you can do in your spare time, you may even devote a lot more time learning about people like Jeff Bezos, multi-billionaires and multi-millionaires. They created this wealth. The system may be unfair, but you see, sometimes if you read, the more you read about, I knew nothing about Jeff Bezos until a few days ago when I saw on the there were actually a program on television involving Jeff Bezos last week. I think it was last week, And this week, part of this week, the program was actually repeated about Jeff Bezos. Otherwise, I heard about him. I know he's the richest. And if you comment below if you know that he is the richest man on earth. If he is not, then leave a comment below and let me know as well. So I didn't know anything about it. When I went online on the internet and searched information on him, I thought it would be a good idea to share it on my channel. Because if we are talking about the cost of living, and the cost of living is caused by income problem, because you are on low income. Then one of the things for you to do, actually one of the main solutions for you to do is actually to learn how to maximize your income by work. You can also get benefit in the meantime. Benefit is a temporary solution. Now, when I talk of benefit in the UK, everybody knows about it. But if you are not in the UK, maybe you are in Europe, you also know about it. The chances you will understand what I'm talking about if you are in a developed country. If you are in Africa, a developing country, or a less developed country, you might have a similar system. Things like pension is benefit from the government. Pension, if you have pension, if you have government-supported education system, that is welfare. It's welfare system. Free medical service from the government, that is welfare. National security, national infrastructure like roads, bridges. These are actually welfare policy objectives. But they're also economic because you invest capital and also, run it administratively. So we're going to look at Mark Bezos. Leave a comment below, and if you haven't, subscribe to my channel to support it. The best way to support me is subscribe, and it's even better now if you share my video with people you know personally, because they are more likely to like you than liking me, because they don't even know me. Sometimes social media is very social. Sometimes, if people know you, if they like you, they're probably going to support you. They will even take time to view your content. They probably will think it is good, even if some people might say it's not good. Sometimes, even if your material is so good, people will not necessarily pay attention to it because they are not interested. They have other things. They have other more interesting things to do. So, if you know somebody, be an ambassador and talk to them, your family, your friend, talk to them about my channel. If you like it, if you don't like it, then think of something else. And now, what's some basic information about Jeff Bezos? He was born. His name when he was born, Jeff Preston Jorgensen. Leave a comment below if you know a name like Jorgensen. But his name when he was born is actually Jeffrey Preston Jorgensen. He was born in January the 12th, 1964. He is now age 59. He's a young man. If you look at the achievement Jeff Bezos have made, at 59, being the richest man on earth, that is a great, great achievement. And he created this wealth. He didn't steal it. The system maybe favored him somehow. Maybe he had some head start in life through the support from his parents. He was in the right place at the right time. But so many people who are also in his position. But he made a choice to do things differently. And you don't get many people like Jeff Bezos. And it is because he's so different. That's why he achieved something so different. I can only dream about Jeff Bezos being the richest man on earth. And I feel privileged, actually, to see his information online. It's like I'm meeting the man face to face. But trust me, the likelihood is that I will never meet Jeff Bezos at all. Men like Jeff Bezos are very rare. So read about him. If you really think what I'm saying makes sense to you, take time, view this video, share it with your friend and family. Or actually, go on to another channel. You might find something more interesting than this about Jeff Bezos. And if you find something more interesting than this, leave a comment. Come back and leave a comment on my channel so that I also can visit such a site and read more about Jeff Bezos, because it's a very important person. He rules capitalism. He is the greatest ruler of the world because of his power. Remember I said in the other video, I said capitalism provides power for rulers. And those who actually control capitalism are the true rulers. They're not even government as you know them. The real governors are actually men like Jeff Bezos. He has never been a US president, but he rubs shoulders with them and more. They listen to him. He probably even direct policies in America and around the globe because of his power. So he's a true ruler. He's a a typical master. And even if you like him, whether you like him or you don't like him, just do yourself a favor and like the man, even for a few seconds, like him, and apparently learn a bit more about him. His education, he studied in Preston University, BSE. I think business study or something, BSE. Leave a comment below if you know what BSE means. His occupation, Jeff Bezos is an entrepreneur. He's also a media proprietor, which means he invests in media. He's an investor. He's a computer engineer. If you are a computer engineer, then be proud of yourself. If you have an occupation in computer engineering, be really proud of yourself because you are on your way. One or two more correct moves and you're on your way to becoming, to becoming somebody in life. I don't think being a computer engineer is an automatic ticket to having money. You have to really do something with it. You can't be a computer engineer and just sit there and not even set up a business consultancy. I mean, what kind of computer engineer are you? What kind of investor are you? Invest in computer engineering, like Mark Bezos. If you like the media, invest in the media. If you like food, invest in food. If you like traveling, invest in what you like. Be like Jeff Bezos. Remember him all the time. And do your best to learn, spend time with this man. And be familiar with him. Focus on him. I talk about cultural economy as being focusing mentally on respect and peace. That's what I describe as cultural economy. And I think I'm right. Theoretically. Leave a comment below what you think about the new cultural economy, which is actually a global dimension of the cultural economy. People can choose to think positively, think about peace, respect for themselves and for others, for their space and property, and for other spaces, for other people's spaces and property. If you respect somebody, you don't really abuse them. Stealing somebody else's property is a form of abuse. It's an expression of hatred. You cannot hate somebody you like, you respect. Even if you don't like them, you're going because you respect them so much. I think respect agenda is the answer. Is the secret code I have broken in this video. I do think I'm actually sounding like I think the American will say cocky. Cocky is like you are proud. Leave a comment below and let me know if you think I'm being proud. But I think I should be a little proud. But I think I would be more proud if I invest more on the idea, which is what I'm trying to do, producing this video. And leave a comment below what you think about this video. So, the years of his activities actually since 1986 up to now is still active. Since from 1986 to the present time, Jeff Bezos is still active. Now, let me know if you're already born in 1986 and what you were doing as a baby. You wouldn't know what you were doing as a baby, but you can ask your parents or somebody. I mean, what kind of child were you? Like that, Jeff Bezos was already actually active in the world of enterprises, enterprising world, in the world of business. So the title you can use to describe Jeff Bezos is founder and executive chairman of Amazon. Leave a comment below if you know Amazon, if you have shopped in Amazon. If you think Amazon is the greatest platform on earth, leave a comment below, let me know. He founded it. Jeff Bezos, actually, if you want to talk about him, to introduce him to your friends and family, you say something like, Jeff Bezos is the founder and executive chairman of Amazon. He is also, and this is also his title, he's a founder of Blue Origin. This is actually his space program. Founder of Blue Origin. And third title for Jeff Bezos is founder of Bezos Expeditions. I'm not so sure about Bezos Expeditions. I think it has to do with I don't know. I think it's also to do with the space program. Leave a comment below. But keep an eye on this video. His spouse, his wife, Mackenzie Scott, that's her name. They got married in 1993 and they got divorced in 2019, just before the COVID pandemic. Leave a comment below if you remember anything about COVID-19, which started in 2020. So the Mark Bezos had already divorced with his wife, from his wife in 2019. Our partner, he has a partner now. Our name is Lauren Chances, from 2019 to the present. I think exchange is no robbery, probably. I don't know if that is the right expression. I think he left his wife, from my memory of looking through the material. I think he was having an affair with this lady, Lauren Sanchez. Because he continued with her from officially, as he became his partner from 2019 to the present moment. He has 4 children. He has relatives. Mark Bezos, half brother, and that is Jeff Bezos. So Jeffrey Preston Bezos, like I said, Jorgensen was born January the 12th, 1964. Okay, this information is probably his father, his parent. I think this is his father. He's an American entrepreneur, media proprietor. Why am I saying? This was when he was born. He was born in 1964. I was thinking about something else. My apologies. I was thinking about when he started operating as an entrepreneur. Because I asked the question earlier, when you were born, were you already born in 1986? What were you doing if you were already born? That was when he began to operate in the marketplace as a professional. He started his career at that time, 1984. He was born in 1964, I think 10 years. 1986, I think he started operating. So about 12 years, 22 years before he began to be operational. So he was born on January 12, 1964, and he is an American entrepreneur. He is also a media proprietor and an investor, as well as a commercial astronaut. Leave a comment below if you know anything about commercial astronaut. That's what Mark Bezos do. I think that's what it relates to his expedition enterprise. Leave a comment below if you know anything about it. He's the founder, executive chairman, and former president and CEO of Amazon. Because he resigned recently because of a controversy in America. So that's why he is a former chairman now. He still owns it, but he's not the CEO. He's no longer the president because he had a problem with the American government, with authority, with the legal authority. There's an incident leading to him resigning as the chairman and the CEO of Amazon, with a net worth of US dollar and 128 billion as of February 2023. Bezos is the third wealthiest person in the world and was the wealthiest from 2017 to 2021, according to both Bloomberg's Billionaires Index and Forbes. If you think of Bloomberg's actually and Forbes media and marketing, I think, outlets, they sometimes measure, they actually list the wealthiest people. So a bit of correction there. This year, Jeff Bezos is now the third richest person in the world. He has a net worth now of US dollar at 128 billion. I think in part probably because when he divorced his wife, he divided. I think his wife took 25% of his wealth. I'm not sure if that was why his wealth reduced as of currently he is the third richest man on earth. Keep an eye for the first and the second richest, and I don't know if it is. Well, leave a comment below if you know who is the richest man on earth. But Jeff Bezos is now the third richest in the world, with a net worth of 128 billion US dollars. That was since this year actually, in February. This is actually very current. In February 2023, this is the current record this year, this month also. Last month, today we are in March. We are the 1st of March actually. Since now, currently, is the third wealthiest person in the world, and he was the wealthiest from 2017 to 2021, according to Bloomberg's Billionaires Index and Forbes. I'll find out what Bloomberg is and find out what Forbes is. Born in Albuquerque and raised in Houston in Miami, Bezos graduated from Princeton University in 1986. Please leave a comment below if you know anything about Princeton University. So he graduated in 1986. from Princeton University. Um, he holds a degree in electrical engineering and computer science. If you're a computer scientist and if you're also an electrical engineer, then you bear similarities with Jeff Bezos. It is something you can talk about to your friends, to your family. You definitely would have a bragging right and to introduce yourself as an electrical engineer. You can also have a bragging right introducing yourself as a computer scientist, because Jeff Bezos is actually an electrical engineer and he is also a computer scientist by education, by his education qualification. So you can think about that. So he worked on Wall Street in a variety of related fields from 1986 to early 1994. So when he started in 1986 working on Wall Street. If you know anything about Wall Street, I think it's a stock market in America. I mean, what a place to start work. I don't know if he started there, but that is recorded here that he worked on Wall Street in a variety of related fields. When fields are related, it means they are quite similar. So it's probably a strategist even in terms of looking for work and involving in employment from the beginning. Probably he was actually a strategist from the start. So he started work on Wall Street in 1986, and up to 1994. And Bezos founded Amazon in late 1994 on a road trip from New York City to Seattle. This is in America. If you know where Seattle is in America, leave a comment below. And also, if you know New York. So in 1994, he founded, in late 1994, he founded Amazon. Extraordinary. Amazon is still there now. I think he's the sole proprietor as of now. Sole owner, I think. The company began an online bookstore and has since expanded to a variety of other e-commerce products and services, including video and audio streaming, cloud computing, and artificial intelligence. If you know anything about online business, leave a comment below. I think online business is really very vogue, which means it's really trending. Online business is trending. So he began as the company, Amazon actually began as an online bookstore. Bookstore is where you buy books. You have shelves there, maybe on the physical storage, but you actually operate an online platform to sell them. So you need a logistical infrastructure, such as storage, transportation facilities, which I believe is actually characteristic of Amazon operations and undertakings. So the store, Amazon, bookstore Amazon, has since expanded to a variety of other e-commerce products and services, including video and audio streaming, cloud computing, and artificial intelligence. Now, video, as you know, Amazon sell different things. You know, in e-commerce, actually electronic commerce, it is a digital economic system, commercial infrastructure. It's a digital economy, it's a digital system. It is also important to really master digital infrastructuring. The digitization of the economy is actually very contemporary, it's very current. The future is actually digital. The economy is actually electronic. And e-commerce is quite important. So if you're a young person, this is your opportunity to learn the history of Jeff Bezos, but also learn about online business, economic system, financial system, commercial system. If I haven't said that, and video is what you see, like what you see now. This is video. It's something you is visual. Video is actually a system involving visual interaction. Don't take my word for it. This is what I think it is. Do your own research and leave a comment below. Let me know. Because what you see is visual. What you hear is auditorial. Auditorial is another word for the ear, for the hearing mechanism. The body part called the ear for hearing is auditorial. So the audio streaming is actually maybe music played on the CD or online, which you don't see actually with your eye, but you hear with your ear. So that's audio streaming. I actually don't know what streaming is. I think it's broadcasting, equivalent of broadcasting. No, playing something actually spreading it so that people can hear and see. Like what the YouTube might be doing with my video. Eventually, they stream it across whatever. And let me know about anything about cloud computing. If you like storing anything, I don't use cloud actually. I created a cloud account, but I really struggle with the product. It's something I really have to pay attention to because it's contemporary. It's associated with Jeff Bezos because he now invests in cloud computing and artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is interesting. So if you see autonomous vehicle now being built, electronic, but also driverless vehicle which actually drive itself, airplanes, trains, robotics uses artificial intelligence. Leave a comment below if you know anything about artificial intelligence. If you don't, then try to do a research and teach yourself. You can get a YouTube channel or go online and find out about artificial intelligence. It is the world's largest online sales company and the largest internet company by revenue, and the largest provider of virtual assistants and cloud infrastructure services through its Amazon website service branch. That is the talk about Amazon. So the largest online sales company, you sell things. If you buy a thing from Amazon, it means they're selling it to you. So it's the largest online sales company. And if you know anything about internet, they earn from internet more than anyone else. They're the largest internet company by revenue. So their revenue actually has the highest, their company has the highest revenue, their internet company has the highest revenue than anybody else. And the largest provider of virtual assistants. Virtual assistants is when you are not doing something, if you're doing something remotely, maybe, I don't know an example, leave a comment below if you know an example of a virtual facility. But something you do, you don't actually come into direct contact, into physical contact with that facility. And is like remote control mechanisms, actually virtual assistants. Leave a comment below and let me know what a virtual assistant, an example. um, cloud infrastructure services through its Amazon Web Services branch. So you talk about website, uses its website to operate some of the biggest entrepreneurial capacity. Bezos founded the aerospace manufacturer and suborbital space flight services company Blue Origin in 2000. So he's the founder of aerospace manufacturer. They manufacture aerospace facility and suborbital space flight services. So suborbital might mean you go around the Earth, you fly around the Earth. Let me comment below and let me know what suborbital means. But I think it means flying around the Earth in some way. So they provide these services, and it is called, if they founded it, and it's called Blue Origin. That was in 2001. And that's a company for these aerospace and orbital services. So Blue Origin's new Shepard vehicle reached space in 2015 and afterwards successfully landed back on Earth. So they had their first maiden probably flight. In 2015, he also purchased the major American newspaper, The Washington Post, in 2013 for $250 million US dollar, and manages many other investments through his revenue capital firm, Bezos Expeditions. Capital ventures, firms, that is what you call Bezos Expeditions. So it's quite interesting indeed. You can see for yourself. The Washington Post, if you know anything about the Washington Post, I normally see them on Facebook a lot. The Washington Post. It's owned by Jeff Bezos. It's a major American newspaper. It means it's actually very important. In September 2021, Bezos co-founded biotechnology company Altos Labs with Mail.ru founder Yuri Milner. So that was in 2021. As a biotechnology company, Altos Labs. He founded it with somebody called Mail.ru founder Yuri Milner. So if you hear anything to do with dot, that means it's a digital economic system and business. The first centibillionaire on Forbes Wealth Index, Bezos was named the richest man in modern history after his net worth increased to 150 billion in January 2018. Centibillionaire means hundreds of billions. Centi actually normally relates to 100. If you hear anything centenary, or centigrade or centigram, it means 100. So in terms of measurement, in mathematical measurement, Jeff Bezos is actually a centibillionaire, which means he's worth in hundreds of billions of US dollars. I think everyone would want to be him in that respect. In August 2022, according to Forbes, he had a net worth exceeding 200 billion US dollar. That was in 2020, very recent, about 3 years ago. In 2020, during the COVID-19 pandemic, his wealth grew by approximately 24 billion US dollar. Like I said in the other video, I said every time there's an economic crisis, there's a time of a crisis such as COVID-19, Brexit, the financial crisis of 2008, and now the global crisis of the cost of living. Every time there is a crisis, especially global crisis, multi-billionaires and multi-billionaires reap a lot of money, a lot of wealth from crisis. So you could argue that crisis is actually harvest time for the billionaires and the millionaires. That's when they make their money. I'm not entirely sure why. That's why I said, if you want to start making money other than suffering the cost of living, I'm not saying you're going to make money tomorrow, but you could. Nothing in life is impossible. You can start a business tomorrow, and next week you are a billionaire. It's like winning a lottery. If you don't play, you don't win. I'm not really advising you to play a lottery, but if you want to play a lottery, you play a lottery. And if you win, leave a comment below and let me know how much you won. Or if you won at all, lottery. If you started a business because you listened to my video, leave a comment below, and I'm going to be really happy if somebody, especially a young person, watching this video and actually starting a business maybe in the next 2-3 years and becoming a millionaire. Because everybody can be a millionaire. You have to have the discipline, you have to do the training, you have to focus, you have to be determined, never giving up, and carrying on regardless. Because sometimes, when you start a new project, you go on a desert for decades. And don't give up. It doesn't matter, even if you're an old person, if you're 90 years, if you want to do a business, if you can do it online, well, it's not to like. I mean, it's your choice. If you're 90 years, if you're 80 years, if you're 70 years, if you're 60 years, if you're 50 years, 40 years, you can still do what you want to do. If you want to start a new business, start a new business. If you are able, you have a lot of experience the older you are. Every elderly person, if they actually change the way they think, all of them can be millionaires, because knowledge is really important. Experience is so important. You can create your own business as an elderly person in your 60s and 70s. And in your 50s. Between 50s and 90s, you can still do a business. You can do a public lecture at 80 or at 90. Or even if you're still 100, if you can still talk. If you can, make use of technology to support your physical limitations, why not? People just give up. I'm not saying people give up. I'm not saying everybody give up, but a lot of people give up and they don't succeed. Even if they're 20, they're 30, they're still very young, they give up hope. Never give up on anything. Whatever little or great your knowledge or an experience, use it. Learn until the last breath of your day, of your life. I mean, you have no right to give up and to say, I tried and I never succeeded. When I say you, I'm talking to me as well. In the first place, I actually talk to me first and then I talk to you, because I'm also in the same boat. I give up. I had this channel for 10 years, doing nothing. I created this YouTube channel for 10 years. Now I have over 200 subscribers in 2 months. So I started this channel 2 months ago. Now I'm talking about Jeff Bezos. I'm teaching myself. If you want to learn anything, you're also learning something. Every little help. But you have to be consistent. If you are faithful in little things, you're going to be faithful in big things. Some people want to wait to become millionaires to take responsibility financially. I mean, if you're only having maybe 500 pounds per week after tax in the UK, that's your salary. It is all the more reason that you should really learn more in terms of money management, financial skills, so that you can actually learn to invest. In as little as maybe you can invest every month, maybe, I don't know, whatever you invest in, you can invest maybe 20 pounds per month in something. If there is anything there, I mean, it doesn't matter. If you might not even make profit. You may only make £5 per month. It's a profit. It's a profit. You have to start somewhere. So, in 2020, during the COVID-19 pandemic, Jeff Bezos generated by profit. His profit grew by approximately 24 billion US dollar. How many people made 24 billion in during COVID-19? During COVID-19, people lost money. Households fell into debt, into problem, into poverty, food poverty, energy poverty. Jeff Bezos made money. He made 24 billion. Some of you will not even make 24 billion in their lifespan, in their life. They may not even make 24 million. They may not even make 240,000. They may not even make 24,000 pounds. If you have a business and you have made in your life 24,000 pounds, maybe in 1 year or in even 6 months, leave a comment below, let me know. I mean, if you invest in property, maybe you can do that. So on the 5th of July 2021, Bezos stepped down as the CEO and president of Amazon and transferred to the role of executive chairman. Andy Jassy, the chief of Amazon's cloud computing division, succeeded Bezos as the CEO and the president of Amazon. So this material says Jeff Bezos is now the executive chairman of Amazon, but he was also president. He was also the president of Amazon and the CEO, chief executive officer of Amazon, but he gave up that role in 2021 on July the 5th. So Amazon still lives, he owns Amazon, but somebody else leads it more than him. He's a executive chairman, which is still a powerful position, but it's not as powerful as combining presidency and CEO altogether. On July the 20th, 2021, he flew to space alongside his half-brother Mark. The suborbital flight lasted over 10 minutes, reaching a peak altitude of 66.5 miles, 107.0 kilometers. I think flight, what do you call, suborbital means he didn't actually go fully orbital. He only flight subway. I mean, he didn't go, he didn't finish orbiting the space. Yeah, he didn't finish orbiting it. He suborbited it. So because it lasted 10 minutes, it's really short, like a test flight almost. So he flew alongside his half brother Mark. So in September 2022, last year, he was ranked second on the Forbes 400 list of wealthiest Americans with a net worth of 151 billion. So that's last year. Was the fourth. He was the second richest actually. 400 list of wealthiest Americans. He had a net worth of 151 billion US dollar. Leave a comment below what you think. If somebody is worth 151 billion. And thank you for watching this video. We spoke about Jeff Bezos. The relevance of Jeff Bezos is because he's very rich. And people who are actually suffering the cost of living are very poor. And people who are really poor should learn how to be rich. And my suggestion is that learn about people like Jeff Bezos, how they made their money. Their story, at least to inspire you. He's a human being. He's not a god. He's treated like God now, if you want to know. With the amount of wealth he has. But he's human, it's just like you and I. The difference is that he's a very high powered individual. He's very wealthy. His status is far, 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 above anything you might expect. So thank you for watching this video, and subscribe, leave a comment below, share, and click the notification bell. Thank you for your help. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.